all that shit. All right. Welcome back.
Welcome
to another episode. Papa Top again.
Get it started.
Yeah. What's going on, man?
Nothing. Not at all. We were gonna talk this episode, I guess, about my speech impediment.
Before we get into that,
all right,
I want to ask about that whack ass bracelet. Was that like a balance bead
this
thing?
Will help
beads?
Roll into it. I wish. No. So actually, I got this when we were working at the Smithsonian, the History Museum. We were doing that. I was eating a hot dog out front from the vendor because that's what I would do. Like, I probably wasn't working with. No, I was working with you. You're probably late. So anyway,
wasn't me.
So anyway, eating a hot dog and some. I see this Asian lady just like walking around, and she walked up to me, and she was like, "You," and then she had one of these, and she put it on my wrist, and I was like, "Oh man, like I'm special." Asian lady picked me, and then she was like, $5.
No, you had to pay her for it.
Yeah, so I gave her $5 for it because what I usually before I got this, and I had this in storage, so I hadn't had it on. I just got it out of storage. I
thought I'm going to lose it. In storage.
Hey. I used to have rubber bands on my wrist.
I don't remember any of this.
Yeah, I
wouldn't hang out with you.
No, it was just like one rubber band.
What does it mean?
So when I was younger and I went to like speech therapy, one of the things they taught me, it wasn't really a good lesson, but they told me as a way to remind myself to like slow down and calm down and take a breath is to snap that like on my wrist as like, be like, hey, think about that for a second, slow down, blah, blah, blah. So ever since I was like, I don't know, like 8 or 9 years old.
So you'd be in a conversation with somebody or mentally and you would just snap your.
Yeah, it's not like I would take it all the way out, but like I would be either like I'd have a conversation with my hands like in front of me, and I would have my hands on it, and I'd do like that or something like that, or I'd have my hands behind my back if I'm talking to like someone like this, and then I would just I would do it then. Or if I'm in class, I'd have my hands under the desks, and I would use it then as just a way if I had to speak in class. So I always had that on my wrist, and then I got this, and I thought, I don't know, it was more mature. Plus, I was at that time reading a lot about Buddhism and stuff like that.
Yeah, where'd that get you?
Super lifted, dude. I'm closer to the Enlightenment.
Are you?
Yeah, helped me out a lot. I felt like I enjoy stuff like that. So,
it's peaceful.
Yeah, it is, and that helps me with stuff. So, that's what that is.
For the record, I don't like it.
And that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. You don't have to.
Yeah, you got hustled for $5, right? It's probably made from guano.
It's hey, that's pretty expensive stuff, actually.
Is it?
Oh yeah, it's really expensive. I forget how much it is, like a scoop, but it's actually very expensive. It's like a fossil fuel or something.
Guano?
Yeah.
Poop.
Bat poop.
Yeah, bat poop.
Yes.
Obviously, we all seen Ace Ventura.
Yeah, it's actually really expensive stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think so. We can Google it. How do you spell guano?
I don't know.
I mean, we got this iPad. I had to buy it for my daughter's school because they didn't have Wi-Fi where she was going. So the only color they had was
just go to Google and put in bat poop, and then it should pop up with the quotations of guano.
Guano. Wikipedia. It's a manure, highly effective fertilizer due to its high content of nitrogen, phosphate, and potassium. It doesn't say anything about being a fossil fuel.
Oh, well, then it was fertilizer. I knew it was expensive and used for something.
Yeah.
Because I always used to laugh at the fact when I heard that, like, because the Ace Ventura movie.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
They're both on Netflix.
Check it out.
Me and the kids watched them.
They like them?
They like the first one better.
Really?
The first one's like...
The first one's worse.
Yeah.
The second one's better.
Yeah.
Lend me your rear.
Yeah, I liked when he's like, oh.
Yeah, these roads. They're nice smooth roads.
Yeah, not freshly paved.
And that's when he comes out of the asshole of the rhino. Look, it's giving birth.
They thought that part was funny. That part is funny.
That part is funny for any age. Yeah. Okay, here you are.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the guts of this podcast, which is I'm
stutter.
dyslexic.
Yeah. Yeah, we're two handicaps.
Yeah.
Trying to host a podcast. Yeah. You know it because you actually spotted it really early on me, which is honestly it threw me off guard.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm pretty good at hiding it because I don't speak a lot if I don't like you. And then I also just make sure I use the right words so I don't have an issue speaking. But me and you were working together for like 4 days, 5 days. And me and you were getting along pretty well. I mean, just clicked from the minute we met.
Yeah.
And we were working and I was trying to hold up like a 90, like a 6-inch 90 over my head. And you're like, hey, do you have a speech impediment? And I was like stuck. I was like, yeah. And then like we put the 90 on. I like walked away and I was like, fuck. Gotta quit this job. Game's over.
They figured me out, man.
Fuck. They figured me out. I was like, God damn, how the fuck did he? But I was like, all right, well, fuck it. I gotta stay. And
I also took speech class.
Okay.
So like there was a lot of people in that class that had the same condition as you. It also makes it a lot easier to figure out when you know somebody that has like a really bad stutter. So even the smallest things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I heard it just like a couple times and it was like certain way you started words.
Yeah.
And it was like, I see a pattern here.
Yeah.
Let me just ask them. So, you know.
Yeah. Just get out of the way. Yeah. which is nice.
Right.
Because I don't know if I'm fooling some people and I'm fooling not some people. Cause I don't think
you're fooling anybody but yourself. I think a lot of people probably pick up, but a lot of people aren't going to say anything.
I know.
I'm not a lot of people.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So
and it's nothing mean. I was just asking a question.
No.
Right. It's just blunt.
It wasn't. Yeah. It was just unexpected. And then, yes. And then me and you have spoken about it a few times. And then we had that incident, if you want to retell about
it. Pump the brakes.
When we were in Georgetown.
Pump the brakes.
Okay.
There was a couple instances where
that leading up to that.
I joked around with you,
yeah,
and I realized that it was a sore subject.
It's very, yeah.
But here's the kicker. I don't remember that I made you mad the time before. So it's an honest mistake. It's not till after I'm like, oh yeah, he's sensitive about that. Because we joke about everything.
Yeah.
So when you joke about everything.
I'm a pussy about that. I am. I'll admit it.
When you joke about everything, it's like, I can't help but call it out if I hear it, right? Like I would want you to do the same thing. So I'm totally fair about it,
that's
right?
Fair.
And I'll be the first to admit, like when people are making fun of me, like I cannot help but laugh, but also want to cry on the inside, right? Because I know what they're saying is true. When people talk about me being late and make jokes and shit about it, it makes me feel so like such a horrible person. But I know that makes them mad and we can all laugh about it. But if like the worst that happens is people laugh at me about it and we joke and there's nothing I can say. I just take it. And I'm like, yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Right. You know, I think everybody gets along better with me being fucking 5-10 minutes late. Right.
Yeah.
But it just, I don't know. That's just one example of it. Right. So the most memorable stories that I have of your speech impediment to this day, I think are great stories. And I'm sorry if they hurt your feelings, but they are really fucking funny because, you know, if somebody's tripping, like if somebody's like walking and they just like lose their balance while they're walking, you laugh when they fall.
Yeah, but that's because
you don't want to see them. You don't want to see them like bleeding and like you know, like holding their skull, right?
Yeah.
You know, but you do want to see them like skin their knee a little bit, right? So you like stuttering on words is like getting your knee skinned.
Well, no, because I have to explain what the anger's from. Okay, so it takes a lot of work for me to just speak to somebody and not screw up words. I have to like plan ahead what I'm going to say and then work the words that I know I can say. So when it happens or I'm forced to say something a word that's out of my zone and I fuck up on it, it makes me mad because every time I talk, I'm working hard to try and sound like a regular person.
But you do sound like a regular person
for the most part. But when I fuck up on it, it's just infuriating to me. So when I have someone else who's like, who sees it and notices it, it like jacks it up by 10.
Yeah.
Because it's like, that's the one thing I'm trying to like, it's so, yeah. So sorry.
All right. So we are in Georgetown and there's this little deli that's like outrageously priced for a sandwich, but there's nothing else around. So you just suck it up if you want like, you know, something fresh, right? Or whatever. And this one kid that we worked with did like, he was from West Virginia, but hood. It was a weird mix. Everybody thought the chemistry was strange. That's not where he was from originally. That's like where he laid his head. But if you talk to him, you wouldn't think he was from there.
Yeah. It's just a big mix.
It was a very weird, you know, beautiful person, beautiful soul, hilarious. You know what I mean? He had some whack ass taste in music, and that's not me calling him out. That's just true, right? His top 5, we talked about it a lot, but his top 5 was whack off the top. Number 1, you know, he's like Rick Ross the boss. No, that's not true. Or it was something like that, right? You know. Anyway, so he orders BLT on regular bread. And I called timeout on that. I was like, what is regular bread? And he was like, you laughed real hard.
Yeah, that's because he said something stupid. Like I literally can't control when that happens.
And
he controls his thoughts.
And then this dummy across from me orders a steak and cheese with no tomato. And Eddie heard it too. I mean, it's not like nobody else heard it. Yeah. Everybody heard him say it. So, but we also heard the other dude order regular bread. So I ordered a steak and cheese with tomato and on regular bread. So I got both of them in one conversation. And the guys that are taking the order, they don't give 2 shits that we're laughing like 12-year-olds. Yeah. You know what I mean? Pointing at somebody.
One person is laughing.
We were all laughing.
One person is laughing.
Well, 2 people were laughing. One person was laughing until the last order, and then they weren't laughing anymore. And so we go, we eat, everything's fine.
Well, is it?
It was kind of awkward, but it wasn't like noticeable because there was still other people around. So just like when a girl is mad at you, or if you are in a relationship with somebody and the other party, like say you had a fight on your way to a party.
I'm respectful enough to keep it out of the public eye. We keep this shit private.
But we don't have to do that. Like we're all grown men. I would just wish that you would just came to me with an issue in front of everybody, because then it would have been a group conversation. So everybody knew.
It didn't have to be a group conversation.
It kind of did though, because the thing happened in a group. The situation happened in a group.
Okay.
So I feel like I needed some backup, right? Anyway, we go back to work. It's just me and him, and I'm asking him for stuff. And he's ignoring me, and nothing makes me more mad to say like, are you stupid? Can you fucking hear me? You know? And it was like, yeah, I can hear you, but only talk to me about monotone. Yeah, I could fucking hear you. But he's like, just talk to me about work stuff. And I was like, what? Just talk to me about work stuff? Like, I don't think you know who the fuck I am. I can't just talk about work stuff. Like, I have to know who you are. Like, I want to know your family. I want to know everything about you while we're working. Yeah. And this is not a strange. Just talk to me, please. Right? I can't have a radio. So like, you're my only form of entertainment, and I can do this with my eyes closed. My job. I don't need. Yeah. I just want to talk to somebody, and he's not talking to me. He's only like cutting rod and like setting up the next hanger. And I'm so mad. So finally I was like, what happened? And he calls me out. He said, you made fun of my stutter. And I said, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't even remember the joke. Like, that's what made me mad. Was like, I was like, it was something. It wasn't. It was just something that happened in the moment. And that's 90% of my laughs are moment laughs. So when you take one away from me, it really bothers me. Like give me my laugh. It was funny. I wasn't like disrespecting you. You know what I mean? I didn't call your mom a hoe or nothing like that. I just made fun of something that you said. That was it. That was the whole point of the conversation. And you really took it bad, you know, and I'm sorry that you took it bad, but I think that people would hear this and laugh at it. The other day we were on the phone and you got a little bitter again.
It was a little while ago.
It was like a couple months ago.
It was before we started the podcast.
Right. But like right before we started the podcast.
Yeah. That actually helped hash everything and then start the podcast. So you're welcome.
It did. And I was really gentle about not calling you out on, like other things. There wasn't many, but there was a couple I could have called you out on. And it's not like, they're like I said, they're just like in the moment laughs. Like,
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. I just take it as like how I treat my friends is like, I will joke with you, but I will never hit you with a blow that's like way too pointed.
That's
and
not me.
And I've learned that. I know.
Yeah.
I know. So
I'm digging deep.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Cause like when people talk to me,
I've warned you though that you might get hit one of these times.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm the half clown smiling and the half clown frown.
Yeah.
I want people to laugh so hard that they're like, they want to cry.
Yeah.
Like that's how I feel on the inside. So when things happen, like I said, I've never been a fighter. I've been in fights like elementary or middle school, but like when it gets to like night stages, I've never been. I've never done that. I've never done that, and I don't want to. Right? Like you're talking about like the last. You're talking about getting like concussed. That's one thing that's never happened to me.
Yeah.
I've kind of had my bell rung. Like I remember like hearing that, ooh, but it was never been like, those must have been like car accidents. They haven't been so much as like, like, what'd you say, you little jerk, but yeah, I definitely feel you. So, but I had speech class too. Yeah. It was the worst.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible. How embarrassing. In middle school.
Yeah, and they pull you out of class and you have to go do it. And you're like the weird kid who's got to go.
Odd one.
And I'm heading out with all these. And I don't want to be mean, but there are people who actually have like, I don't consider myself having like a handicap. I can do anything. I can do anything anyone else can do. Yeah. I just like, I fumble on some speech stuff. It's not like a handicap I consider that is stopping you from doing something.
Yeah.
But I would be walked out with those kids.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, the fuck? Yeah. What the fuck is he doing?
On a short bus?
Yeah.
You can't walk away from
But I was really quiet as a kid, or when I spoke, I just made sure I chose the right words. So like nobody knew I had it for like a long time. Like in high school. I like hit it really well in high school. So it's one of those things that like I'm 30 years old. I need to like be able to like fucking like move past it and not be so angry when that happens.
Yeah, it's childish.
It is. But it's like the one thing I'm holding on to.
Yeah.
Like you can strike at anything else that for some reason is like a very sore spot. But I'm trying to
I know. Yeah. Out of all the people, I know.
Yeah. That's very true.
Yeah. So
were you the only person to ever cross that line? It's very strange. And I think that's why I reacted. Because like of working with anybody else, I would prefer to work with you. And then you finally like you crossed it once and I was like, listen, I'll explain to you like what's up. And then it happened again. And I was like,
I didn't care.
I know. And all I could do rather than like knock you off a ladder was the only other thing is just be quiet because you can't handle silence.
I can't.
So I was just quiet. And I was answering you and you were confused. And so inside I was like, I think I'm winning. I think like in some way I'm getting back at him.
This is what I mean by the girlfriend thing. Like he has to win. Like it can't just be like,
that's just a competitive thing.
It's
that's
not a
girlfriend thing.
It's very girlish.
It's not girlish.
It's very girlish.
It's competitive.
It's fuck you. It's girlish as shit. It's like, it's the attitude that, he didn't kiss me goodnight last night. That's the same shit. I think I'm winning. That's what you said. That's a bitch move. No. I think I'm winning.
No, I knew I was pissing you off.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a bitch move. Fucking talk to me. You know what I mean?
Fucking talk to me. It's the girlfriend. Fucking talk to me. You're never talking anymore.
You never talk anymore.
I'm
asking you about the Spice Girls and you're not answering me, I want to know.
Who's your favorite?
Yeah.
Always sporty.
Used to be.
Or posh?
No. What was the redhead girl?
Scary?
No. Scary Spice. She looks scary.
I don't know. That's so long ago. I'm going deep in the memory bank. Yeah. I'm surprised I had said that many.
Was it Ginger Spice or something?
Ginger Spice.
That's what it was?
Sounds right.
Whatever.
Oh, well.
Spice Girls. Remember they tried to come back?
I remember they made the movie.
No. At the Olympics, at the English in England. Remember they were coming back.
Yeah.
And then Missy Elliott said she was coming back with an album. like 4 years ago at the Super Bowl.
I'd listen to that.
I would too. It never dropped. Dude,
she's good.
She's good.
And she's looked the same for like 40 years.
It's great. She looks great. Thank you guys so much. That's all the time we have for today. See